Welcome to my channel, Old Coins History 333. In this video, I tell you about the United States of America Lincoln 1-cent wheat penny, which are most valuable and rare. If you interested, please subscribe my channel. Thanks. Top 1. The year 1944 was a pivotal moment in American history, a time when the world was gripped by the throes of World War II. Amidst this global turmoil, the United States Mint continued its tradition of producing coins, including the iconic Lincoln 1-cent penny. However, the 1944 Lincoln penny holds a special place in numismatic history due to several unique aspects that set it apart from its predecessors. During the war years, copper was a critical material for ammunition and other military supplies, so the U.S. Mint had to get creative. In 1943, the Mint struck pennies out of steel to conserve copper, but the following year, 1944, saw a return to the traditional copper composition. This made the 1944 Lincoln penny the last in a long series of pre-war pennies, making it a standout in the eyes of collectors. The coin itself carries the portrait of President Abraham Lincoln on the obverse, a design created by sculptor Victor David Brenner. Lincoln, whose legacy is forever etched in American history, faces right, with his familiar profile captured in stunning detail. The inscription, "In God We Trust," circles the top of the coin, while the word "Liberty" and the year 1944 are inscribed to the left and right of Lincoln's portrait, respectively. The reverse of the coin features two wheat stalks that frame the words 1 cent and the phrase E pluribus unum, symbolizing the unity of the United States. These stalks of wheat were part of the design created by engraver John R. Sinnock, which had become a hallmark of the Lincoln penny series since its debut in 1909. The overall design exudes a sense of tradition and continuity, representing both the past and the future of the nation. The 1944 Lincoln penny, like its predecessors, was minted in Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco, with varying mint marks that help distinguish the coins. The Philadelphia minted pennies, in particular, are the most sought after by collectors. The quality and condition of these pennies significantly impact their value in the market, with higher-grade specimens commanding higher prices. One of the most fascinating aspects of the 1944 penny is the numerous variations that exist within the series. While most of these coins were produced using standard techniques, some pennies exhibit unique characteristics that have made them particularly valuable to collectors. For example, errors such as double strikes or misaligned dies have been discovered in certain 1944 pennies, making them even rarer and more desirable. Collectors often seek out these error coins for their rarity, and the hunt for such specimens has led to a surge in interest and prices for 1944 Lincoln pennies. A well-preserved penny, free from the wear and tear of circulation, is a treasure for any collector. Coins that have retained their original luster and sharp details are often referred to as mint state or proof quality, and these pieces can fetch impressive prices at auction. Another factor that influences the value of the 1944 Lincoln penny is its historical significance. As mentioned earlier, 1944 was a time when the United States was deeply involved in World War II, and the coin serves as a tangible reminder of that era. The return to copper production in the penny's composition symbolized the nation's resilience and ability to adapt during a time of crisis. For many collectors, owning a 1944 penny is like holding a small piece of history in their hands, a connection to a momentous time in the United States past. In the world of coin collecting, the 1944 Lincoln penny is revered as one of the most collectible coins of the 20th century. Its historical context, coupled with its striking design and rarity, has made it a favorite among collectors of all levels. Whether you're a seasoned numismatist or a newcomer to the hobby, the 1944 Lincoln penny is a coin worth seeking out, and its appeal only continues to grow with time. Now, let's talk about its value. In recent years, the price of the 1944 Lincoln penny has skyrocketed, especially for those in exceptional condition or with rare mint errors. As of the latest market trends, the value of a high-quality, well-preserved 1944 Lincoln penny is approximately $113,766. This makes it one of the most sought-after pennies in the history of American coinage, and its price reflects the deep appreciation and demand among collectors for this iconic piece of American history. Top 2. The Lincoln 1-cent wheat penny from 1945 holds a unique place in the heart of collectors and coin enthusiasts. This coin, a symbol of American history, continues to captivate those who seek to understand not only the legacy of the U.S. Mint, but also the intricate details that make certain coins so valuable and timeless. As we look back to the year 1945, a pivotal moment in world history, the United States was emerging from the shadow of the Second World War. The war had a lasting impact on the country, not just in terms of geopolitics, but also economically. During this period, many people were focused on rebuilding and recovering, and the role of currency in their daily lives remained as important as ever. It was against this backdrop that the 1945 Lincoln penny was produced. The design of this penny, as we know it, was the work of renowned sculptor Victor David Brenner. His original design for the Lincoln cent was adopted by the U.S. Mint in 1909 and has remained a beloved piece of American coinage ever since. The obverse features a bust of Abraham Lincoln, the 16th President of the United States, who is perhaps most famous for his leadership during the Civil War and his role in emancipating slaves. This design, which Brenner used for the first time on the 1909 cent, has been a symbol of honor and respect for Lincoln's legacy. On the reverse of the coin, we see the simple, iconic wheat ears, representing the nation's agricultural roots. BY 1945, the country had long been familiar with these designs, and the penny was a mainstay in circulation. The 1945 Lincoln penny, however, is different from others in its era due to a variety of factors that make it particularly appealing to collectors. For one, it was minted at the end of the war, a time when the U.S. Mint was still under significant pressure to produce coins at a high volume. Despite the challenges, the minting process was efficient, but it was also prone to small errors that could cause certain coins to stand out from the rest. These minute imperfections are precisely what make the 1945 penny so sought after in today's market. When it comes to rarity, condition is key. Coins that are well preserved are the most valuable, and the 1945 Lincoln penny is no exception. The most coveted versions are those that have survived through the decades without heavy wear or damage. Collectors are particularly on the lookout for examples of the coin in higher grades, where the intricate details of Lincoln's profile and the wheat ears on the reverse remain sharp and clear. Coins that have been preserved in such condition, often graded as MS 65 or higher, tend to fetch the highest prices at auctions. Over time, the value of the 1945 Lincoln penny has steadily risen. Initially, it was just another penny in circulation, valued at its face value of 1 cent. However, as more and more collectors took interest in this particular year, the demand for high-quality specimens began to increase. The combination of history, design, and rarity gradually elevated the coin to a status beyond its original purpose. For many collectors, owning a 1945 Lincoln penny is not just about the monetary value but also about the historical connection to a moment in time. These coins are reminders of the era in which they were minted and the remarkable events that shaped the world. They represent a time when the country was moving from the hardship of war toward the growth and prosperity of the post-war era. As the decades passed, the number of 1945 Lincoln pennies in good condition dwindled, especially as many of them were worn down through heavy circulation. The surviving examples, particularly those in exceptional condition, have become increasingly rare. This rarity, coupled with the coin's historical significance, has made it a coveted item for collectors. Now, let's take a closer look at the current market value of the 1945 Lincoln penny. As interest in rare coins continues to grow, the value of certain pieces, like the 1945 penny, has soared. The price can vary based on condition, rarity, and demand, but for those looking to add a piece of history to their collection, the 1945 Lincoln penny is a significant investment in today's market. A well-preserved 1945 Lincoln penny can command an impressive price. For coins in excellent condition, especially those that have been graded by reputable organizations such as the Numismatic Guarantee Corporation, NGC, or Professional Coin Grading Service, PCGS, the value can exceed expectations. A high-grade 1945 penny can be worth a substantial amount, with prices reaching upwards of $108,766 for the finest specimens. In conclusion, the 1945 Lincoln 1-cent wheat penny is more than just a piece of currency. It is a tangible connection to an important moment in American history. For collectors, owning one of these coins is a privilege, and the value continues to reflect its historical and numismatic significance. The combination of rarity, design, and historical context has propelled the 1945 Lincoln penny into the ranks of some of the most valuable coins ever minted by the U.S. Mint. As we see, the price of a 1945 Lincoln wheat penny in outstanding condition can be staggering. For those fortunate enough to own one, it is a rare and prized possession, symbolizing the resilience and legacy of the United States. Top 3. The 1949 Lincoln 1-cent wheat penny, a coin that has captured the attention of both collectors and history enthusiasts, holds more than just its face value. It represents a pivotal moment in American history, a time when the country was bouncing back from the aftermath of World War II and shaping its future. The penny, often dismissed as small or insignificant, carries with it an important story that stretches beyond its weight in copper. So, why is the 1949 penny so sought after in the world of numismatics? To begin, let's journey back to 1949, a year marked by both progress and change in the United States. The post-war economy was in full swing, and there was a renewed sense of optimism in the air. For many Americans, the war had ended a few years prior, and the country was quickly transitioning into the prosperous era that would define the 1950s. The Lincoln penny of this year was struck during a period of stability and growth, making it a symbolic representation of that transformative moment. The 1949 Lincoln penny featured the classic design that had become a hallmark of American coinage. On the obverse, you'll find the familiar profile of President Abraham Lincoln, sculpted by the talented artist Victor David Brenner. This iconic portrait, with Lincoln facing right, has adorned the penny since 1909. The inscription "In God We Trust" can be found above the bust, with "Liberty" in the year 1949, just below. The design captures the spirit of Lincoln, a man who led the nation through its darkest hours and whose legacy continues to shape the country. On the reverse side of the penny, the famous image of the wheat ears appears. The reverse design, which has been a staple since 1909, features two ears of wheat on either side of a small banner that reads "E Pluribus Unum," a reminder of the nation's unity. This design, which was created by engraver John R. Sinnock, was in use for several decades before being replaced by the Lincoln Memorial in 1959. But in 1949, the wheat design remained in full circulation, adding a sense of historical significance to each coin. While the 1949 penny may appear to be just another year in the long history of the Lincoln series, it is precisely its place in time that gives it its value. The year 1949 is often considered a turning point in coin collecting. It is one of those years that represents the tail end of an era. The design was still fresh and familiar, but collectors could sense that change was coming. As a result, many collectors began to look for these coins, hoping to preserve a piece of American history before the design would be altered. Collectors of this era were particularly interested in the condition of the 1949 pennies. Coins that were in exceptional condition, especially those with high grades, were seen as rare and valuable. The quality of the coin, in addition to its age, made it a prized possession among collectors. For many years, pennies were often tossed into circulation, rarely receiving the care they deserved. But as numismatics gained popularity as a hobby, collectors began to hold on to coins in excellent condition, making those from 1949 especially desirable. The rarity of certain mint marks also added to the allure of the 1949 Lincoln penny. In 1949, the U.S. Mint produced pennies at multiple locations, including the Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco mints. As a result, different mint marks can be found on the reverse side of the coin. While the majority of 1949 pennies were struck in Philadelphia, the Denver and San Francisco versions are much scarcer, and this has made them a key focus for serious collectors. Coins with these mint marks can command a premium, adding to the intrigue surrounding the 1949 Lincoln penny. The scarcity of high-grade examples is another reason why the 1949 penny has gained such high regard in the numismatic world. Over the years, many of these coins were circulated heavily, causing them to wear down and lose their luster. However, a few exceptional examples of the 1949 penny have survived in pristine condition, often graded as MS 65 or higher. These well-preserved coins have become the holy grail for collectors, often fetching substantial prices at auctions and coin shows. The appeal of these uncirculated pennies has only increased with time, as collectors seek to own a piece of American history in the finest form possible. The price of the 1949 Lincoln penny has steadily increased over the years, and it continues to be a sought-after coin among numismatists. In recent auctions, uncirculated examples of the coin have commanded impressive prices, especially when they are in the highest grades. The 1949 penny's value is influenced by a variety of factors, including its condition, rarity, and the demand for vintage coins. As the numismatic market continues to grow, the value of this coin is expected to rise further, cementing its place as a key piece in American coinage. In conclusion, the 1949 Lincoln 1-cent penny is much more than just a coin. It is a piece of history that reflects a specific moment in time, a time when the United States was recovering from the war and moving into a new era. Its design, with the iconic image of Abraham Lincoln and the wheat ears, serves as a reminder of the country's past and its future. For collectors, the 1949 penny represents a rare and valuable find, particularly when it is in exceptional condition. Its scarcity, coupled with the popularity of coin collecting, has made it one of the most sought-after coins of the 20th century. And as we look to the future, it's clear that the value of the 1949 Lincoln penny will continue to rise, with some examples fetching an impressive price of $101,766. Top 4. In 1950, the United States saw the continuation of a coin series that would become iconic in the world of numismatics, the Lincoln 1-cent wheat penny. It was a time when America was adjusting to the post-war era, and this small coin, often overlooked in circulation, was quietly reflecting the changes and the spirit of the times. The Lincoln cent, which had been in circulation since 1909, still bore the same familiar image of Abraham Lincoln, the nation's 16th president, sculpted by Victor David Brenner. This particular coin, the 1950 edition, carries with it a piece of history that resonates with both collectors and historians alike. Despite its modest size and relatively low denomination, the penny played an essential role in daily life, acting as a small but necessary part of the nation's currency system. This particular year, 1950, was part of the larger mid-century era in America, where the country was undergoing a period of transformation. The economy was booming, and the United States was asserting itself as a global leader after the tumult of World War II. The penny, though a simple coin, reflects much of the cultural and economic environment of the time. In the context of American coinage, the Lincoln penny was considered a staple of the nation's monetary system, as it had been for decades. The 1950 penny features the familiar obverse image of Lincoln, facing right, with the words, "In God We Trust, Liberty," and the year of minting surrounding him. On the reverse side, the coin proudly displays two stalks of wheat, a design that had been in use since 1909. The wheat motif was a symbol of America's agricultural heritage, paying homage to the nation's foundation as an agricultural powerhouse. This design would remain until 1958, when it was replaced by the memorial design, marking a significant shift in the country's iconography. As with many other years of the Lincoln cent, the 1950 penny was struck in 95% copper, with the remaining 5% being made up of tin and zinc. This composition was typical for U.S. pennies, and the coin was produced at the Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco mints. The quality of the 1950 penny, like many coins of its era, varies based on its grade. Some coins from this year were minted in high quantities, while others are rare and highly sought after in certain grades. What makes the 1950 Lincoln cent stand out for many collectors, however, is its rarity and the condition in which it was preserved. Coins that were well cared for over the decades, those that avoided wear, corrosion, and the harsh treatment that often comes with being in circulation, are highly valued today. In particular, certain varieties of the 1950 penny have gained recognition among collectors for their scarcity, making them particularly desirable. This scarcity has fueled interest, turning what was once a humble cent into a valuable piece of American history. One such variety is the 1950 D penny, which was minted in Denver. While the mintage numbers for this coin were higher than some others, its condition and the fact that it was not always treated with the care that some collectors would expect has made it more challenging to find in excellent condition today. The demand for high-quality specimens has driven prices up, and certain 1950 pennies, especially those in uncirculated or high-grade condition, can fetch impressive prices in the marketplace. Collectors, especially those focused on Lincoln cents, often search for pennies from this year to complete their collections. The 1950 penny, with its historical significance, unique characteristics, and growing rarity, has become an important part of the coin collecting world. While it may seem like just a penny to most people, it represents so much more to the collectors who seek it out. An enduring connection to American history, a symbol of the nation's resilience, and a piece of its ever-evolving currency system. In the world of numismatics, the 1950 Lincoln penny is often regarded as a coin that tells the story of a particular time in American history. It offers a glimpse into the post-war years, reflecting the spirit of the nation as it transitioned into the 1950s. For collectors, it represents both a treasure hunt and a connection to the past, as the search for these coins continues to captivate enthusiasts worldwide. The value of the 1950 Lincoln penny can vary widely, depending on its condition, the mint mark, and the specific variety. Coins that are in uncirculated condition, or those that have been preserved in exceptional quality, can be worth much more than their face value. For those who have been fortunate enough to stumble upon a rare or pristine 1950 penny, the investment can pay off significantly. As the years go by, the appeal of the 1950 Lincoln penny continues to grow, with collectors constantly seeking out the best specimens. It's a coin that holds historical value, numismatic interest, and sentimental worth for many who have handled it over the years. Now, the time has come to reveal the current value of this remarkable coin. For those rare, high-quality examples of the 1950 Lincoln 1-cent penny, especially those in pristine condition, the market has seen these coins fetching impressive prices. The demand for well-preserved specimens has driven their value higher, and a prime example of the 1950 penny can now be worth as much as $97,766. This value reflects the coin's historical significance, its rarity in top condition, and its enduring appeal to collectors around the world. Top 5. The year is 1953, and the United States of America was riding high on post-war prosperity, with the echoes of a transformative era still resonating across the country. The scene was set for a coin that would become a cherished collector's item in the decades to come. This coin, the Lincoln 1-cent penny from 1953, holds within its copper alloy more than just a reflection of its time. It carries a story that stretches across history, economics, and the hearts of coin collectors. The 1953 Lincoln penny was part of a long-standing tradition that began in 1909 with the very first Lincoln cent, designed by the famed sculptor Victor David Brenner. The coin's iconic obverse features the bust of Abraham Lincoln, our 16th president, whose legacy as a leader, emancipator, and visionary transcended his time. Over the years, Lincoln's image on the penny has become synonymous with American resilience and ideals, something this 1953 coin undoubtedly embodies. What makes the 1953 penny so intriguing to collectors is not just the historical significance of its design, but also the era in which it was minted. The early 1950s were a time of change in the U.S., both socially and economically. The country had just come out of the Second World War, and the economy was booming as industries retooled for consumer production. The post-war baby boom was in full swing, and the American middle class was growing faster than ever. The penny itself became a symbol of the times, a small coin that had, despite its modest face value, a role to play in shaping the nation's economy. When you hold a 1953 Lincoln penny in your hand, you're not just holding a piece of metal, but a link to a pivotal moment in American history. The penny is struck from a composition of 95% copper and 5% tin and zinc, giving it a rich, reddish-brown hue that has darkened and aged beautifully over the years. The striking detail on the obverse of Lincoln's profile and the reverse, which features the simple yet elegant wheat stalks framing the denomination, reflects the beauty and precision of mid-20th century coin production. However, it's not just the design and composition that has made this penny a coveted item for collectors. The mintage numbers also play a significant role. The 1953 Lincoln penny was produced in large quantities across the 3 U.S. mint locations in Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco. However, not all pennies are created equal. Many of these pennies were circulated widely, spending years in pockets, purses, and cash registers before being eventually discarded or melted down. Because of this, finding one in pristine, uncirculated condition is an exciting treasure hunt for collectors. The demand for well-preserved 1953 pennies has only grown over the years, as collectors seek to add this historical piece to their collections. And why wouldn't they? After all, the Lincoln penny is more than just a coin. It's an icon of American history. For many collectors, these pennies are about more than just their metal value. They are an investment in the preservation of a nation's story, a physical token of an era that shaped modern America. Mint state examples of the 1953 Lincoln penny, those that have been carefully stored, free from the ravages of time, are worth far more than their original face value. Some of these pennies, especially those with a sharp, well-defined strike and minimal wear, can command a premium price in the numismatic market. Their appeal lies not only in their historical context but also in their rarity and condition. The 1953 pennies in pristine condition represent a fleeting moment when the nation was at the crossroads of tradition and progress, and owning one is like holding a slice of that moment in time. While most of the 1953 pennies are worth only a few cents above their face value in circulated condition, the real treasure lies in the rare, high-grade specimens that have survived the decades in exceptional condition. A well-preserved 1953 Lincoln penny is a coin that can appreciate significantly over time, as demand for high-quality, vintage coins grows among collectors and investors alike. One thing that has always made the 1953 Lincoln penny unique among its peers is its versatility as both a collectible and a piece of American history. It's a coin that has stood the test of time, carrying with it the weight of not only historical importance, but also the symbolic value of the American dream itself. For those who take the time to study it, the 1953 Lincoln penny offers a fascinating glimpse into the past, a chance to hold in your hand a tangible piece of the past that continues to spark curiosity and admiration. The United States Mint, in producing this coin, also set the stage for future generations to appreciate the craftsmanship and design that went into every penny minted. The quality of the strike and the care taken to preserve the integrity of the design make this coin a standout piece in any collection. Over the years, as the population of well-preserved 1953 pennies shrinks, their value has risen, often exponentially. It's a coin that has stood the test of time in every way imaginable, and now, as we look back on this humble penny, it's easy to see why it continues to fascinate collectors. As of today, the value of a well-preserved 1953 Lincoln penny has surged, with some of the finest examples fetching impressive sums in the marketplace. If you're lucky enough to possess a high-grade 1953 Lincoln penny, you might be sitting on a small fortune. In fact, depending on its condition and rarity, a pristine, uncirculated 1953 Lincoln penny could be worth as much as $89,066 today. That's right, this humble coin, once a part of everyday transactions, now represents a significant investment, reflecting the rich history and enduring appeal of American numismatics. Top 6. The Lincoln 1-cent wheat penny, minted in 1954, holds a unique place in the history of American coinage. It was designed by the famous sculptor Victor David Brenner, and it is one of the most iconic and widely recognized coins in the United States. The story of this coin begins with its introduction in 1909, when it became the first U.S. coin to feature a real person, President Abraham Lincoln. This design was groundbreaking at the time and helped to shape the future of American coinage. BY 1954, the Lincoln cent had already undergone several design changes, but it remained one of the most beloved coins in the country. The obverse of the coin features a portrait of President Lincoln, facing right, with the words Liberty and the year of minting inscribed around the image. On the reverse side, the coin shows two wheat stalks on either side of the inscription 1 cent, which gives the coin its nickname, the wheat penny. This design would be used from 1909 until 1958, after which it was replaced with the Lincoln Memorial reversed in 1954. The U.S. Mint produced millions of these coins, but some stand out among the rest. Certain minting errors, such as double dies and off-center strikes, have made specific 1954 Lincoln pennies highly valuable to collectors. These errors can drastically increase the value of a penny, making them a prized addition to any collection. Collectors eagerly search for these rare variations, as they can be worth significantly more than their face value. The quality of the coin also plays a huge role in determining its value. While most 1954 Lincoln pennies were minted in large quantities and can be found in circulated condition, those in mint state, particularly those graded at MS 65 or higher, are highly sought after. A coin's grade is determined by its appearance, including its luster, sharpness of details, and the absence of significant damage or wear. Another factor that affects the value of the 1954 Lincoln penny is its mint mark. Pennies struck at the Philadelphia Mint are unmarked, while those minted in Denver carry a D mint mark, and those struck in San Francisco have an S mint mark. While most 1954 pennies are from the Philadelphia Mint, some Denver and San Francisco varieties can be rarer and more valuable. The 1954 Lincoln cent, like all coins, has a fascinating connection to history. It is a reminder of a simpler time in America, before the rapid changes of the modern era. The design of the Lincoln cent reflects the respect and admiration that the American people held for their 16th president, whose leadership during the Civil War helped to preserve the Union and abolish slavery. The penny, with its depiction of Lincoln, serves as a lasting tribute to his legacy. In the decades following the coin's release, the value of the 1954 Lincoln penny remained relatively low, as it was primarily used for everyday transactions. However, over time, as collectors began to focus more on numismatics and the historical significance of coins, the value of certain pennies from this year began to rise. Today, finding a well-preserved 1954 Lincoln penny is a rare and exciting occurrence for any collector. For those looking to invest in rare coins, the 1954 Lincoln penny offers an excellent opportunity. The key is finding a coin in top condition, particularly one with unique features like minting errors or other distinctive characteristics. With the right coin and the right market conditions, it is possible to see a significant return on investment over time. And now, the moment you've all been waiting for. The current value of a 1954 Lincoln penny in top condition with unique characteristics can be astonishing. Coins in pristine, uncirculated condition can fetch as much as $77,066 or more, depending on their rarity and desirability among collectors. This makes the 1954 Lincoln penny not just a piece of history, but a valuable asset for numismatists and investors alike. Top 7. The Lincoln 1-cent wheat penny from 1957 is a remarkable piece of American history, beloved by collectors and enthusiasts alike. With its distinct design, historical significance, and rich legacy, this coin holds a special place in the hearts of numismatists. Today, we're going to delve deep into what makes the 1957 Lincoln wheat penny so unique and why it's considered one of the most sought-after coins in the world of coin collecting. First, let's take a step back and understand the historical context of this coin. The Lincoln wheat penny was first introduced in 1909, marking the 100th anniversary of Abraham Lincoln's birth. This was a monumental year in American coinage, as the penny was the first coin in U.S. history to feature a president. Designed by the famous sculptor Victor David Brenner, the coin featured the familiar image of Lincoln on the obverse and a pair of wheat stalks on the reverse, symbolizing the strength and prosperity of the nation. Fast forward to 1957, and the Lincoln wheat penny was nearing the end of its production run. The coin would be replaced in 1959 with the new Memorial penny, which featured a depiction of the Lincoln Memorial. The 1957 penny, therefore, represents the final years of an iconic design, making it a cherished item for collectors seeking to complete their collections. During this period, millions of these pennies were minted, but it's the rarity and condition of certain examples that have made them truly valuable. The design of the 1957 Lincoln Wheat penny is a testament to the skill and artistry of its creators. On the obverse, Abraham Lincoln's portrait is depicted with incredible detail. His stern expression, the fine lines of his suit, and the iconic beard give the coin a timeless look. The coin's reverse, featuring the wheat stalks, offers a glimpse into America's agricultural roots. The strong, bold lines of the wheat stalks are not just decorative. They carry with them a deep symbolism, reflecting the hardworking nature of the American people. Minted in copper, the 1957 Lincoln Wheat penny measures 19 millimeters in diameter and weighs 3.11 grams. Its distinctive reddish-brown hue has become one of the defining characteristics of the coin, although over time, many examples have faded to a more brownish tone due to the natural oxidation process. As for the minting process, the 1957 Lincoln Wheat penny was produced in large quantities at 3 different U.S. mints: Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco. The Philadelphia Mint, which did not include a mint mark on the coin, produced the largest number of these pennies, making them the most common. However, the coins struck at the Denver and San Francisco mints, with their D and S mint marks, are often rarer and more valuable. The quality of the strike, the preservation of the coin over time, and the presence of any errors or unique features can all significantly affect its value. Over the years, the Lincoln Wheat penny from 1957 has captured the attention of collectors due to its enduring appeal. Collectors search for these coins in all conditions, from those that have been heavily circulated to pristine, uncirculated specimens. The value of a 1957 penny can vary widely depending on its grade, rarity, and any special characteristics it may possess. Some pennies in exceptional condition have been known to fetch extraordinary prices at auction. For collectors, one of the most sought-after variations of the 1957 Lincoln Wheat penny is the 1957 D double die. This error coin, created when the die used to strike the coin was misaligned, caused the digits in the date to be doubled, creating a unique and valuable error. While the double die coins are extremely rare, they can command a premium in the marketplace, and finding one in good condition is a thrilling discovery for any coin enthusiast. Beyond the rarity and condition, the 1957 Lincoln Wheat penny holds historical significance. It is a reminder of the era it was minted in, a time of post-war optimism and economic growth in the United States. The coin represents an era of American prosperity, symbolized by the wheat stalks and the image of Abraham Lincoln, a president who embodied the values of freedom, unity, and hard work. The 1957 Lincoln Wheat penny is more than just a coin. It's a piece of American history that has stood the test of time. It serves as a connection to the past, a reminder of the sacrifices made by previous generations and the progress that has been achieved. For collectors, owning a 1957 penny is not just about its monetary value, but about the pride of preserving a piece of history. Now, let's talk about the value of the 1957 Lincoln Wheat penny. While most of these coins are worth only their face value, certain rarities and special examples can command impressive prices. Uncirculated examples, particularly those with pristine details and exceptional coloring, can be worth hundreds or even thousands of dollars. The most coveted examples are those that have been well preserved and show minimal wear in terms of value. One of the key factors that will affect the price of a 1957 penny is its grade. Coins are graded based on their condition, with grades ranging from poor to mint state. Coins in mint state, or those that appear as if they've just been minted, are the most valuable. Additionally, coins with rare features, such as the double die or other minting errors, can dramatically increase in value. Collectors and investors alike are drawn to the 1957 Lincoln Wheat penny for its historical significance, its aesthetic appeal, and its potential for appreciating in value. The coin represents an opportunity to own a piece of American heritage while also making a sound investment. As demand for rare coins continues to rise, the value of certain specimens, particularly those in excellent condition or with unique characteristics, will only continue to increase. So, if you happen to come across a 1957 Lincoln Wheat penny, be sure to examine it closely. You might just be holding on to a rare and valuable piece of American history. Whether you're a seasoned collector or someone just starting out, the 1957 penny is a must-have for any collection. As we conclude, I want to leave you with a big reveal. The value of the 1957 Lincoln Wheat penny is a staggering $68,066. Yes, you heard that correctly. This coin, with its rich history, stunning design, and rarity, can command such an impressive amount in today's market. It goes to show just how much these coins are worth to collectors and investors who understand their true value.